Iron Man 3.
He's got the tattoo. That's great. Tattoo of Tony's face. That's great.
Yeah. All right.
That's a really good grip he's got on him.
Yeah.
You see that?
See, the thing is, it's like, yeah, he's in this small town, but he's famous.
Uh-huh.
These people aren't recognizing him. I know that he's in a small town, but isn't he the guy who just saved New York from aliens? Right. I think
maybe
everyone
if you really never expected it. Like if I went to my hometown, I would never expect to see anybody famous.
I was just gonna say, like, he's Elon Musk of our time. No one knows who Elon Musk is if you saw him in real life, but he's never saved the world.
You know what? That happens in LA too. Like I think we talked about this before. I've lived here for 11 years. Like I don't look around that much when I'm out and about anymore. I'm sure I'm right next to people I might recognize all the time, but if you're not expecting it, you might look directly at somebody and like not put two and two together if you've never seen them in person before. That happens.
And I'll give that to you. Yes. But
yes.
I'm sure he was on every television. He was already famous, and then he was on every television because he saved the world. But maybe he's only in the suit. He saved.
Okay, I was hiking maybe a few weeks ago. And I was taking pictures of this little kid on my camera.
Of course, you're taking pictures of a little kid?
No, I was taking pictures of the rock and the creeks. And then suddenly this little kid was jumping from rock to rock. I'm like, oh, this is cute. So I got videos of that. And there's like a guy jumping behind the little kid, like encouraging, go, go, go. It's Christian Bale.
Shut up.
And I was just like, no one sees this?
You didn't go, I'm Batman.
No.
Where's the detonator?
Where'd you park?
No, but I mean, okay. If it was Obama, you're gonna walking around.
That is true.
Okay, I would recognize him though.
That's a very good comparison.
Yes,
Chris.
because
Chris,
a face that's all over the place.
You win, Chris. You win.
Well, I mean, I guess Tony did have that famous press conference, the "I am Iron Man" to end this movie,
and then the second one, and then he saves the world. They have pictures of him. He would be plastered all over the place.
True. But, you know, maybe they don't get, like, cable TV in Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. He might be in such a small town in Tennessee that, you know, they don't do electricity. It's not like a, Mormon town or Amish town.
In Tennessee? I don't know if they have any of that in
exactly,
Tennessee.
so there's no excuse.
Oh, my God.
Oh. All right.
So what's he talking about now?
She's talking about
the rocket. This is so cool. This conversation that she's having is like what a lot of people go through. You start out so bright-eyed and like just even in the entertainment industry, you start out so bright-eyed and like this is what I want to do. And for some people, like reality hits you.
You get so jaded, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's amazing that we're still doing it all these years later.
I know, right?
Somehow,
like you really know you're in it when you're still here. Like, you know, we're not to that point yet when we're not to that point where people start moving back home, but I think we kind of are, right?
People have.
I know plenty of people move back home.
Yeah. But
I mean, even now, like they've been here for like years and years. What was it someone moved here when they were like just out of high school and stayed out and weren't moving back. Well, I mean, for practical reasons, like they wanted to raise a family and stuff, I guess. But
it's not a place to raise a family.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of families in LA.
Yeah, it's true.
So when people say that,
well, LA is not a place to raise a family when you want to be in the entertainment industry. I don't think right away. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you can't talk. Everyone has their different own reasons and own wants, and that's the difference. It's like,
yeah, that's true.
Oh, look at that wipe! Did you guys see that?
The wipe.
That was a very like
left to right wipe.
Has there been any other scenes in this movie that have used that?
No.
I guess they just could not find a way to bridge these two scenes. That was very Star Wars-like. That was like a George Lucas wipe.
Oh, this is great. I remember it correctly.
Looks like he's hired.
This is WMDs, right? Weapons of Mass Destruction.
Yeah, pretty much. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished, guys. I love the paint job on War Machine, like the red, white, and silver, blue.
Like, just remember all the times we had WMDs and then suddenly it was nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what this feels like.
Oh, is that actress looks familiar?
She does.
I feel like I've seen her.
Tony Stark is the worst dad ever.
Well, maybe this is some practice before he has his daughter Morgan several years from.
Oh my God, Morgan and Tom Holland are going to be best friends. Yeah, I said Tom Holland and not Spider-Man, Peter Parker. They're going to be best friends.
A little age difference there, but
yeah, it's a big age difference.
Best friends.
It's possible.
If he's hanging out with a 5+-year-old.
Oh my God. Ew, no. So he has 2 panic attacks here. Oh, this is his 3rd one, right? Yeah. Rule of threes. You can only have 3. Rule of thirds.
Wait, he doesn't have another one? I don't think that's what rule of thirds has to do with the framing of a shot, doesn't it?
You can only think
to keep people's eyes in the top third of the frame.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if it means cutting off the top of their head.
But the rule of thirds also can only happen twice. The 3rd time you have to learn from it.
Maybe. Possible.
So this is the 3rd panic attack. I don't think Tony has another one after this.
I don't remember how many he has.
And the kid this time is being a therapist on the other side of the phone and having him come back and telling him to breathe. That's really cool.
Yeah, it really helps him in this.
Yeah, this kid, his role is very underrated.
He's good. I mean, that's why he's cast in these huge movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I've seen her before. That
soldier
agent, the redhead agent who was just in the sweatshop, Rebecca Mader. She was on Lost. She was Charlotte.
Oh, it's the sister.
Lost.
The sister, right?
I don't think, was she a sister or something?
To the guy from Vampire Diaries.
I don't remember her actual character, but that's where I recognize her from.
She's season 1. The girl, the brother and the sister, right?
All the way. I don't think it was all the way. 2008 to 2010. So the last couple episodes. Oh. She was British. Yeah, I forget her actual character storyline at this point, but that's where I know her from. Miami.
I want to cross that bridge so bad. That's also the bridge in Miami where Vin Diesel in Fast 5 made that last stand. Capers, Maggie just came out to say hi to all of you.
No, she didn't. She left already.
She's gone.
She didn't say anything.
You know what's funny? Like people talk so much trash about not seeing Batman and The Dark Knight Rises. And like the screen time Batman had. Think about the screen time Iron Man has in this movie.
I mean, he has a lot. Oh, you mean actually in the suit?
In the suit, yeah.
Well, that's like any of the Iron Man movies. It's mostly Tony.
And so he just made a bunch of he MacGyvered this.
Yeah, he did. He hasn't had to MacGyver anything in a while. But no, that's true though. Like people, we know Christian Bale. Like we want to see him as an actor, but we love him as Batman as well. But there was so much. There was only 40 minutes of the actual Batman suit in The Dark Knight. I'm wondering what the screen time is for the Iron Man suit here. It has to be less.
It can't be you can't have complete because anytime they're suited up, it's almost kind of like an exciting action scene. You have to have breaks in between that. You have to pace it out.
That's the difference.
You have to make the audience want it.
Right. That's the difference between this. Like Iron Man, we don't just come to see Iron Man, right? We come to see Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And Iron Man.
Come to see Robert Downey Jr.
Right, yeah, RDJ. But do we come? We don't really go to watch Batman to see Bruce Wayne, do we? Not as much as we want to see Tony Stark.
But you gotta tease. You gotta see. But it helps with the character. You're not gonna see much character development when they're suited up.
Constantly,
kicking ass. You know what I mean? You have to care about them.
No, I agree. I'm just saying there was so much. The reveal
of the magic.
What is it, Trevor?
I'm just saying there was so much.
What were those girls lurking in the covers for?
The Dark Knight. Yeah, I know.
That's right. What were they doing under the covers? That was weird. Trevors. Dude, Ben Kingsley, one of the greatest actors of our generation.
Not even our generation, just
the
generation.
Last few generations. Well,
he finally got a star, right? He got a star a few years ago, didn't he?
Oh, probably. Well, he's an Oscar winner. He played Gandhi, and here's an interesting connection him and Robert Downey Jr. have. They both starred in Oscar-winning biopics directed by Sir Richard Attenborough, who, of course, is famous for playing John Hammond in Jurassic Park. But Richard Attenborough directed Ben Kingsley in Gandhi in 1982.
Oh, wow.
And then directed Robert Downey Jr. in Chaplin in 1992.
Yeah. I love Chaplin.
Yeah. Chaplin's a great movie too, and Gandhi's actually a really great movie also. So, so they both have that. Apparently, when they first started doing this movie together, they sent a message together to Sir Richard Attenborough, saying, who he passed away a couple of years ago. He was pretty old, but his brother David Attenborough still does all the Planet Earth stuff for the BBC.
Really?
He's like,
you say does that? He directs it, or
no? He's the one who narrates them all and pops up. He's in his 90s now too, but he's the brother.
I always say this: if this was a Shyamalan movie, he would have got crucified for this twist.
I like that. I think it's because Ben Kingsley is such a famous, good, award-winning actor to play such a kind of a silly role like this. That's what was hilarious.
The only thing that this whole thing saves, the whole masquerade, is the fact that they didn't. That's the reason why whitewashing the character, because the character is supposed to be this Chinese Mandarin character.
That was one way.
And they haven't been Kingsley, and so that was one of the kind of light protests at the time.
He's Asian, by the way.
He's got he's got some Indian in him. That's how.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, that was the one thing.
Well, that was one way they got around the controversy like we were talking about earlier. The Mandarin was a very kind of racist comic book character.
It's a Fu Manchu type character early on.
Could not really translate into a modern.
Well, the thing is, they've translated on the comics. He's now. Yes, his origin is still there, but it's not. It's not characterized.
Right.
He's just like a bad guy, just like any other Marvel bad guy. He's just Asian.
Apparently, he's got a tattoo on the back of his neck in the shape of Captain America's shield with an anarchist A in the middle instead of a star.
Are we talking about Ben Kingsley?
Yeah, the character. So I don't know if that's been visible already, but
I want to see it. That'd be cool if you would have shown it.
I think they would have covered that up.
Well, no, it was on purpose. Wait, you saying that?
Yeah, not Ben Kingsley. No, the character.
Oh, okay. No, that's what I was asking. Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's I'm like,
Ben Kingsley.
What?
Ben Kingsley's red, his pajama bottoms are fucking insane. I want those so bad. And Tony Stark just got his ass.
2. This is an American actor. He didn't recognize Tony Stark. We're cool though. I get it though.
No, he's he's supposed to be British, right? British actor.
Oh, yes, he is supposed to be. Okay.
It's so funny.
Another
wipe again. There's 2.
That's crazy. How many MCU movies have transitions like that?
I never use a wipe in any video I do.
Nobody. George Lucas is the only one in the last several decades who has done that regularly.
No, I'm sure there's a lot more wipes, but for me, if I was to do a wipe in a video I was editing, I feel I can't do the wipe.
Yeah, because it's like a cheat.
No, the thing is,
iMovie.
it's the reason why. In editing, I wouldn't just use it for anything. But if that's the style of what I'm editing, if that's the style of the show, if it fits the style, then I would use it.
Yeah.
I'll use a push that's a style. I'll use one, those little comic books slides, if it's the style of the piece. But I just wouldn't use it for anything. It's more of a creative choice.
Even the Cape Sheet Free videos that I edit and put on YouTube for us, I rarely use a wipe.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's more.
It's a little old fashioned. Yeah,
raw.
But then you can still use it. It's just
that's like putting a dissolve. You wouldn't put a dissolve in it either, unless it
Maybe I did put a dissolve in it.
Well,
Chris.
Some people put dissolves in it because that's the transition.
Dissolves are a little more common, I feel than wipes.
They are.
Use dissolves for passage.
Well, no, the problem they're too common.
Yeah,
and they're used unnecessarily a lot of times. I'm sorry for all those people out there
George
Lucas
does crazy things Yeah, the horizontal wipe, the vertical wipe, the diagonal wipe. He'll do like a circle, transition. He'll do all sorts. He does all sorts of weird ones.
I still think the best shot in any Star Wars film, the best shot is that that ship going through light speed and going through that other ship.
Oh, in Last Jedi.
And there's no audio to it at all.
The sound drops out. Oh, yeah, that was awesome. God. Rian Johnson, man. That was great.
Another young director with a vision that was given an opportunity to take the mantle of some huge franchise.
Yep.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So you know who else was considered to play Guy Pearce's character, Aldrich Killian here, was Jude Law, who is Robert Downey Jr.'s co-star for the Sherlock Holmes movies. So.
And is also in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. That's right. So Jude Law finally joined the MCU.
Would that have been too jarring for you to have both of them in the same Marvel movie? Well, Sherlock and what's his face?
Who? Oh.
No. Yeah.
That might have been too jarring for me.
What if him it was
Jude Law and Robert Downey?
They're not dressed like they're from the early 1900s or whatever, so maybe it wouldn't be too weird.
I mean, granted, since I wasn't watching those shows anyway, it wouldn't have made a difference to me. But
Sherlock Holmes, the movies,
the movies. But no, I didn't.
Actually, you have Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman both in the MCU now, and they're both on Sherlock. But
and you have him playing right next to Tony Stark, who are both Sherlock. Sherlock.
Wait, where was Ross's character? He wasn't in Infinity War Endgame, was he?
Whose? Oh, no, he wasn't.
He was in Black Panther.
He was in Black Panther.
And he was in Civil... Did you join Civil War?
He was in Civil War and he was in Black Panther.
Black Panther, that's it. Yeah. Ross. So we don't know where he ended up. No relation Mark to General Ross.
Right.
Weirdly enough, right? They're not related.
Who was at the funeral? Huh? So.
Was he at the funeral?
General Ross was, yeah.
General Ross, but not... Yeah. Well, no. I guess Agent Ross never met Tony, but... Oh boy, I almost forgot about this whole Extremis storyline. Don't you wish the MCU would bring in some of the cool stuff from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? You have Inhumans, you have life model decoys.
Well, the problem is bringing it to the movies.
Yeah,
if you don't watch the TV shows, you can't. There's no setup from the movies.
Right.
You'd have to still set them up.
That's why Gabriel Luna playing Ghost Rider,
yeah.
in another show, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
You've been watching this season so far?
I only seen the first episode, which we saw. I saw it again. I haven't seen the next one. There's another one tomorrow.
Some really interesting things the second one was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
no, it's been a good season.
Coming soon.
Yeah, it's cool.
Not to give away the day it is today, but it's Thursday. Hey, so
you can deduce from all the references we've been making lately, I think. Oh, and that is it for Rebecca Hall.
Hey, she overplayed her hand. She thought she was more.
Do you think if you're an actor and you get the script for a Marvel movie, you're right? I know they're super secretive. They probably maybe only give you your scenes and stuff. They've gotten bigger and bigger, but. You read and you're like, oh, this is amazing. This is a great opportunity because you know how big these have become, right? And you read, and then you read your death scene, and you're like, shit. You thought you were going to be signing up for you want that Marvel money. You want to join the franchise. You want at least a 3-picture deal. And then you're one and done in the MCU. That sucks. So many people have popped up in so many movies. Even supported. There's been a bunch of supported people who popped up in 3, 4, 5 movies.
That's true.
When you're one and done. That must be disappointing as an actor.
Well, the bigger characters always get multi-picture deals in Marvel, the bigger ones.
And some of the smaller ones.
Yeah, the smaller ones. Yeah, you're right. The smaller ones only.
Yeah.
They get rid of them when they need to.
Haley Atwell probably didn't think she'd be popping up again because the end of the first movie jumps all the way to the present. She probably, that's it. You're not going to see me again. We're not in the 40s anymore.
Exactly. No, you're only going to see her in flashbacks like in Ant-Man.
But you never know.
No, and that.
But even they secure these great actors like Ben Kingsley and Jeff Bridges and Sam Rockwell. It's one appearance and that's it. But that's just the power of Marvel.
Watch this gone.
But at the same time, some of these bigger actors maybe don't want to commit to a ton of movies. Ponytail Express.
He has the best shit talking.
I'm good like that.
They're in Miami now.
Dora the Explorer. Which is also going to be a live-action movie from Paramount Pictures coming this summer.
I heard about that. Who's playing Dora?
I don't know.
There's
a trailer already, though. There's a trailer. It looks ridiculous, but...
So does Aladdin.
Yep. It's like Thor calling his hammer.
Yeah, no, that's
Tony's trying to call his suit, waiting for it. Like Thor, whenever he sticks his hand out, he's like, just wait.
Comes out with a Superman.
Back when he could walk.
That's cool. When have we seen like Rhodey kicking ass like this?
Well, before he could walk. Yeah. You can breathe fire. Okay. See, they're all.
He has the best suits.
Yeah.
Is that like a lime green or is that tan? That suit jacket, I can't even tell.
And then, well, you're colorblind because that's obviously purple.
Suit's not fast enough.
Run. He's waiting for. Tony Stark is currently waiting for his pieces of armor to fly to him, and you'll see in the next scene, it's trapped in the garage, so they can't even get out. Oh,
there it is.
Yeah,
one piece came.
There it is.
And all he needs one piece too.
That's all you need. Just one. Oh, there's the other. You got leg piece. How far did that come from?
From Tennessee.
Oh, from the same spot.
Can you imagine this is great. I forgot about this. Yeah, how did the other ones get out? Oh.
Imagine how fast they're going to get there.
Tennessee to Miami. Yeah, that's a distance.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love how you never see the kid's mom.
And what kind of Wi-Fi they got in there?
That's what I was thinking too. Like, is it Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, satellite?
It's off of cellular because shoot.
Yeah, seriously.
My phone, my AT&T don't work half the time. What he got?
Yeah. Dude, he's so skilled at this.
That was sick. Those aerial maneuvers he just did right there.
And it's funny because like at the beginning of this, you see that when he's like walking in his lab, he walks by his things, and you see that he actually like fighting toys that he practices with. Yeah. So that kind of set up him actually having some fighting skills because he didn't have fighting skills before.
No.
Honestly, I hate working here. They're so weird. That was funny.
The crotch shot. Nice. His suit reminds me of those sweatpants that you used to be able to buy that has all the buttons on the side. You can just rip them off. Those were so problematic for me.
You think like some rock music would cut in here, or this is actually the first Iron Man movie that does not have any AC/DC songs in it.
Really?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Maybe Shane Black's not a fan. I don't know. They're an Australian band. You think Guy Pearce would have, voted for that? I couldn't see Terrence Howard just doing everything that Don Cheadle just did.
I mean, he would just do it in
kicking a different ass.
He would just do it in a different way, man.
Terrence Howard doesn't do like action scenes. I don't know.
His acting scenes different way, man.
Trevor's like, I gotta.
He wakes up and drinks the beer. Good cop, bad cop.
It is embarrassing. Yeah,
it's like you have to sit and just stop and watch it because it's so comedic.
Yeah, no,
I don't even want to talk right now. I just want to watch Ben Kingsley.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this podcast doesn't have any video, so we'll be talking about this.
Right.
And so This is when
That's
Don
actually
Cheadle,
interesting. You almost never
still a
see that in
badass.
movies. How
What do you say?
This is when Don Cheadle is still a badass. So I'm not saying John Cheadle.
Yeah.
John Cheadle is always a badass. Rhodey.
they got him that tight polo shirt.
Yeah.
I'm saying they just did something you almost never see in movies, where after you fire a gun a few times, it's going to be really hot,
You put it on
and he just pressed it against Trevor's ear to burn a little, and a little sizzle, a little hot. But you almost never see that
huh?
represented in movies. Somebody burning somebody with the end of a hot gun.
Yeah.
That just stands out to me, you know. Ringo.
Oh. So. That's perfect timing. And hey, vice presidents have a nice Christmas party.
Wasn't he the villain? Like, not the villain, but
he's
one of the smaller antagonists in Independence Day. He's like the Secretary of State or something.
Yeah. And he also was in Die Hard.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Was he in Blank Check?
Die Hard, right?
No, he was in. Was it Sinbad First Kid? Sinbad movie?
You can tell me. I don't know.
Sinbad. What if Sinbad joins the MCU someday?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, he's Hydra. He's Hydra, right?
No,
we don't.
Yes, he's Hydra. Look at that. Couldn't be better.
I mean, no, but Hydra's not in this.
Wait, I don't think we learned about.
No, Hydra's not around yet. I mean, they're around, but we don't
learn about all the
until Winter Soldier.
Oh no, because
not until Winter Soldier.
His daughter needs a limb, so he must be a supporter of the
right.
extremis.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty badass right here.
No one's going to check him out? No, because, he's Iron.
Now, here's an interesting little thing. So, the president he salutes War Machine, and War Machine salutes back. And he's in a full thing of armor. Now, do you guys know where the gesture of saluting came from? Do you know how that originated?
No.
The salute, the act of putting your hand up like this used to be. It started with medieval knights. It was them raising up their faceplate, so the person they were seeing face to face would be able to see their face and see they weren't.
Oh wow!
Same thing with a handshake. Handshakes started so that you could present your hands. You weren't holding any weapons. It all comes from medieval knights and stuff. But the kind of ironic thing about what Rhodey does right there is when the president salutes him, he salutes back, but in the full armor, where if it was the original kind of what a salute was meant to do, he would have lifted up his face mask in the suit so the president could see his face. But anyways, I just thought that was interesting.
Interesting. That's really cool.
Because he's like, because almost think about it, like the Iron Man suits are like medieval suits of armor, just with modern technology in a way.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
These guys have a good plan. These guys have a good plan.
I'm also a little resident history nerd over here, guys. All right.
The nerd is not so focused. I get it.
Hey. I expand my horizons, Oh, wait, never mind. It wasn't Rhodey.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't Rhodey.
All right, I forgot about that. So
this is why he didn't lift his mask.
That's why. See, Rhodey would have lifted the visor as a sign of respect.
And that's why I was saying earlier. It's like, you don't check
that is him.
What? Is that Corey Hawkins?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. We got Dr. Dre in this house.
Also, 24 Legacy star.
Yes.
Wow. Bringing it to 24, along with James Badge Dale, who just snuck onto Air Force One.
In the suit.
See, maybe that's why he didn't lift the mask. Corey Hawkins.
No,
did anybody know who Corey Hawkins was back in 2015?
Back here,
no.
That's crazy. Can Harrison Ford just pop up as the president in this? Get off my plane.
That's it. He starts to heat him up. Which is very interesting, as you'll see in this scene.
This scene coming up
come back to
is
that.
one of the. I think this scene coming up is one of the coolest scenes in the MCU.
Insane.
This is crazy. Right here.
Yeah, no, this is the trailer scene.
Yeah,
which is great.
When he rescues everybody falling out of Air Force One, this scene's amazing.
Then we did this. What's that? The DJ always does like the Visual History Day.
Yeah.
They had the SFX people were there doing a presentation on this, and you learn so much about this.
They may have had some live skydiving elements in this. I'm not sure.
No, a lot of it was. They weren't just that. They weren't that high though.
I love it when movie scenes actually do this in the Mission Impossibles, the Fast and Furious, when they actually incorporate skydiving.
All of these actors are skydivers.
It's crazy. This scene is so cool. Look at this shot.
That's happening.
Yeah.
Like, the backgrounds, that's VFX.
I mean, they stitch a lot together, I'm sure, but like this scene was this is one of the coolest action scenes in the MCU.
Oh no, I love this scene.
Oh, and then Air Force One just like explodes above them.
How often does Air Force One explode?
How does he save everybody? This is insane.
Yeah, unfortunately, the movie's a lot, but no. If you notice when the scene he was fighting when he was fighting the Shermis guy and he was burning his hand. You can see that like Tony Stark is getting hurt.
Yeah. Oh man,
he wasn't
this
there.
Is just like,
oh, why was he getting hurt?
Yeah.
This is so crazy that he's able to say
like him and Jarvis calculated the path to do.
Do you guys ever want to go skydiving?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. After watching this scene.
No, after watching something happen to my friend. Not anymore.
Oh.
I never really wanted to go. Like part of me is kind of curious, but you know something? I'll go down to Universal Studios and do the skydiving thing there, and I'll be cool.
Everybody can walk by and see the little sky.
I'll go do that. That sounds good.
We can do that for my birthday.
This is nuts. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's so cool in the special effects workshop that they did. They showed us like, okay, so we took out like, oh, that's real. Obviously, they're really close to the ground. Yeah. That's all happening. There's a guy really in a suit.
On the water.
This is one of Corey Hawkins' first credited roles. Isn't that crazy? He really was new.
He was brand new.
He was credited as Navy Op in this. He'd only been in a few small things.
Only because he had a line. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think. And then Straight Outta Compton was until 2 years after.
This is a great play right here. He just gets hit, and it's like, Iron Man is dead.
Great. After I saw this, I wanted to go watch this. I'm like, I want to watch this right now. I don't know if I saw this in theaters.
This is when he gets hit by a car and his Iron Man suit falls apart.
I don't think.
That's crazy talk. That honestly, we have to talk about that. Y'all ain't seeing these movies in theaters. What's going on with y'all?
Wait, what other MCU? What other MCU movies?
He doesn't wear a cape. It's not my fault.
Huh? The cape is symbolic.
The cape is subtle. Those are going to say the cape is subtle.
Okay,
the cape is silent.
What other MCU movies do you think you haven't seen in the theater? Because I've seen them all. I've seen every MCU movie in the theater.
Yes, I've seen every MCU movie and every DC movie in the theater.
Well, I haven't seen Shazam, so I guess that breaks my recent DC streak.
Yeah. I even seen Hellboy.
I didn't see Green Lantern in theaters.
The new Hellboy? How was that?
It was okay.
Come on.
No, and there's a lowercase o. Okay. No.
Is that when you spelled out the word okay for O-K-A-Y?
Yeah, no, I've seen every MCU movie.
Huh. No, yeah, in the theater, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen every Fox Marvel movie.
X-Men? I've seen every X-Men movie, I think.
I will say, I saw Deadpool probably like Deadpool 2, probably 3 or 4 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the theater, I saw it.
The first Deadpool I saw a little bit after it came out.
Yeah, I saw it right away.
I wasn't a fan.
Of Deadpool?
Wasn't a fan of Deadpool? Huh?
What?
Oh shit! I mean,
it didn't do as much for me. I knew it wasn't going into it.
Why not? Wait, what's your problem with Deadpool?
Well,
maybe we should talk about when we watch Deadpool, I guess. But.
Gwyneth is showing off her abs in this scene.
I know.
I'm not sure
why. I worked out.
This is like a few years. This is she was in Glee at this point too. I think.
I never watched Glee. I couldn't tell you.
You know the thing about this is. First off, you saying Gwyneth Paltrow was on Glee?
I thought she was. Yeah, she's in Glee.
No, she wasn't.
Who was it?
She was already famous before Glee.
Well, maybe she have a guest?
She was in Glee.
She wasn't.
She played one of the characters in Glee.
No, she did not.
You know, Glee was only like 5 or 6 years ago, right?
Glee
is not that long ago.
Was she
when
like?
I came to LA, I was watching Glee. I was watching Glee in like 2000.
Are you mixing her up with Jane Lynch or?
No,
Jane
Lynch. Come on.
I don't know. Maybe she had some guest appearances.
She's She's the same age as Jane Lynch. What are you talking about?
She wasn't a regular cast member.
Jane Lynch is like 72.
She's not that.
No, we're not talking.
Oh my god.
We're not talking about Helen Mirren. We're talking about Jane Lynch.
Oh my god. It's ridiculous.
Okay, what are we betting right now?
Okay, I'm not saying she wasn't in any episodes, but she was probably in like 2 or 3 episodes.
I'm gonna put the price of that Shazam ticket, $12 on this.
Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow ain't in no Glee.
Okay.
I mean, I can say I don't know.
So you say she's not in Glee, okay?
No, I'm saying she probably did. She probably appeared in a couple episodes.
I say at least she was in 6.
Wait, as a character, like a kid?
No, there were teachers and shit.
All right, well, I'll put the $12.
Students, you know,
we're in LA. It's probably 15.
Oh, Glee 5 episodes.
Okay.
Holly Holiday.
I said 2 to 3. I said 3.
I said 5.
I said 6. None, and I'll back it up because I ain't watched no Glee. But Gwyneth Paltrow was in Glee.
But that's the first thing you think of when you think of.
Why?
That's the first thing you think of when you think of Gwyneth Paltrow.
She had this resurgence.
Did she
Gwyneth Paltrow never went away.
No. Yeah. Did she produce Glee?
No, she was an actress in Glee.
Why would she go down to TV and do 5 episodes in TV? Holla at me, Gwyneth Paltrow. Why would you do that?
I don't know. She had to fund her Goop enterprise. She needed some paychecks. You know?
What year is Glee?
It was like
2009 to 2015.
Yeah.
So after Iron Man?
Around the same time.
Well, premiered after Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah, after Iron Man?
Yeah, 2009, yeah.
Iron Man was 2009. Come on. And it wasn't like Gwyneth Paltrow was making a comeback in Iron Man. She's been there 2010 to 2014. I'm not saying
Paltrow never really went away.
I'm just saying she had this resurgence, I think, where she suddenly had abs and was really fit, and I don't know. I just saw a different Gwyneth Paltrow when she came back.
I will say she has abs in this thing. Yeah, no, she had abs. I'm not gonna say a resurgence. I'll just say she got in shape.
Maybe she had some kids and worked out.
Got in shape.
But it's and then they decided to show it off in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, there was a lot of people mad about Gwyneth having a suit.
Yeah, it's like
the same people are mad for Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel getting their own movies. You know, a lot of
I was a little.
People
I felt it was a little forced, but now
necessary.
watching this, she'd been toying with the suit for she was in the suit in the first the first 20 minutes of the movie.
This is where my problem begins with Iron Man 3. This is the scene, the very beginning of the action scene. He calls all the suits that were underground buried under his mansion. And they
42.
all show up. All 42, or whatever's left from the 42. All these Iron Man suits are being remotely controlled for this huge, big fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, why do you need the Avengers?
What's that?
If you got 42 Iron Men, why do you need the Avengers?
Well...
No, you know why? Because at the end of this movie, he blows them up for some reason. He blows up $32 billion.
I know.
To as a symbolic gesture.
I know it's $32 billion.
That's just a no. I just threw that out. It's
that's 32.
It's a lot of money that could feed a whole entire starving country. He blows that up. Just a symbolic thing for Pepper.
There could be a suit.
This looks like the Hulkbuster.
There could be a suit in every continent.
Kind of does.
No, that was the...
A few suits in every continent.
Huh?
There could be a few suits in every continent. Yeah. But it's personal for Tony Stark. Yeah, you're right. Why would you blow up all these suits? Why would you waste all that money? You're right.
And then the thing is, and then in Ultron, he creates the Iron Patriot program. The Iron Legion, where he has these robots that go around and help protect. And they're just regular Legion, just robots that help protect different countries.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't he just keep these around and use them for that?
Don't know.
Because it was more emotional.
Yeah, no, it was more of a device for the film, which is what I felt made the movie weak.
Give me a suit.
And this is the other thing too. And this is what I was going to say before we got that Gwyneth Paltrow.
They must be coded to Pepper too. He says they're only coded to me.
No, they did because Pepper did get her eyes scanned. The problem I had is they were coded, and the Iron Patriot obviously is coded enough for Rhodey, but the extremist guy, Jack Bauer dude got into it.
How did he get into it?
And then the president got into it because he used it to transport the president.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, huh?
Now we did see AIM experimenting on it, and so that could be that's the only possible explanation is that they
You think
They
just to
tweet
be
to the
safe,
drop?
he would like make sure Rhodey was like an authorized user on all these
He
too,
should
like
be.
in an emergency, you know. And Pepper.
He should be.
A lot of people get trapped. A lot of people get trapped under rubble in these Marvel movies. That happens. Isn't it weird? I was just during that triumphant Iron Man scene that just happened when all the suits showed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's weird. Like, Iron Man doesn't have a theme. He's like the first original character in the MCU. You talk about his character. Tony Stark's arc is maybe the kind of joining force in the entire MCU. And his family, we've talked about this before, his family's arc, because it goes from Howard to him, you know, and stuff like that. Connects everything. And he doesn't really have a theme like a composer did. Yeah. When you think about the MCU, everybody knows the Avengers theme that Alan Silvestri. Dun, 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 dun. Captain America has a theme, which Alan Silvestri also did. Maybe it's just Alan Silvestri is really good at writing themes. You know, he's done Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, a lot of famous things.
Right.
Black Panthers, I guess, is pretty recognizable now. They just won. Did they win an Oscar? Ludwig Göransson or whoever did that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's weird that some of the other major characters don't have themes. No. That's the MCU was criticized for that for a while. Like, why there's such these rich characters, you can't come up with like a recognizable.
I don't know, man.
I think how easy it is for John Williams. Like John Williams writes a theme for like every single character and like concept in Star Wars. Like the Force has a theme, and this has a theme. Yeah. And it's like they're instantly recognizable, and you're like, oh yeah, it's easy for him. I don't know, it's weird.
Well, no, but I feel like obviously it's not like the first Star Wars. Everything was meant to be. It's going to be a theme for everything. It just became that because of how it grew.
It's called leitmotif, where you assign like themes to specific things, which John Williams goes by. But I guess.
I feel like that's what happened with a lot of MCU characters.
But like, can you imagine? I'm glad we finally got a recognizable Avengers theme, because think about this moment I just said here, where like all the suits show up. It's so triumphant. Think about those triumphant moments in the Avengers movies when they first all get together. In the first one, when everybody shows up at the end of Endgame or in Infinity War, and it's just like you think of that dun 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 dun. It like really sells the like you need that theme. Yeah. You need a recognizable, because this is all just what's playing right now in the background is just kind of like generic action movie music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to remember it. Like I love movie scores, and I love John Williams.
Well, the thing is, you don't. I mean, right now you wouldn't be listening to the theme.
No, I know, but
you listen to the theme when the triumphant moment comes out. What is going
to play in the triumphant moments here is not going to be anything that's really going to get you excited. You get excited when you hear like a theme play, like when the Black Panther.
This is great.
Theme plays when they go to like Wakanda and like Infinity War and stuff. You know.
Everything Steve Jablonsky does with...
Or Wonder Woman now that Hans Zimmer... Like that guitar that kicks in.
The girl from the cello. The girl that does the cello. She's from San Diego.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Remember? We saw her at the...
what did we see her at?
At the Hans Zimmer
yes, she was concert. At Hans Zimmer, the Hans Zimmer's concert. Martin and I were nerdy enough to go to Hans Zimmer in concert about 2 years ago.
Oh my god,
it was amazing. So great. It was incredible. He did all his big themes.
I still have it on my phone.
So yeah, you recorded the entire concert. There goes Pepper.
I thought Pepper was dead.
Yeah, hey,
she pulled Mountain / Hound.
Yes, she did.
Well,
Game of Thrones spoilers.
And and that too. Come on.
That was awesome. Come on.
I'm sorry. The mountain was harder to kill than the damn Night King.
Clegane Ball, man.
He was harder to kill than the Night King. And I'm sorry. I wouldn't. Why sacrifice your life for a zombie? Anyway, we're back. I mean, Hound sacrificed himself. His brother was already dead. I just didn't think the revenge was there. I mean,
he was still walking around.
But he was dead. He's a zombie.
Is Guy Pearce wearing like loafers and no socks in this fight scene?
I just figured that's
how like his people dress. He's got like his frosted hair. He's like such a Miami douche like in this.
His new hand hurt.
There's so many like action movie climaxes that take place on like.
I mean, this stuff's cool. He just gets a new suit, just catches
containers him. And that's pretty cool.
The The climax for Face Off? That might have been in Miami.
I don't remember.
Oh, yes, it was.
John Woo?
Yes, John Woo.
J-Dubs? That's so
Favorite
sick.
John Woo American movie.
Was that one of his first American movies?
No, he did.
Mission
He
Impossible.
did. Broken.
Oh, no.
Broken.
That was after.
Broken Arrow.
Mission Impossible 2 was after Face Off.
Yeah.
And Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow was first. Broken Arrow was first. And then it was Face Off.
How many times has Tony Stark been in a suit getting his ass kicked by a villain?
Ooh.
That happens every movie.
Well, yeah.
The prodigal son returns. This is such a good moment.
Wow, 42's ready. I'll take another seat. That one doesn't look ready yet.
He's just sitting there watching.
I love this. It reminds me of what's that moment in Ragnarok where?
Oh yeah, Hulk falls. He doesn't transform.
He just like falls onto the bridge. It's funny when things just
right.
I love it when they play it up like a triumphant moment and it turns out to not be a triumphant moment.
That's
Those are always good for comedy.
I love how he's wearing an AIM t-shirt too.
That's right. Just picturing Bruce Banner like face planting. It's so good.
Such a good moment.
Oh, there he goes.
So hopefully that works. Yeah.
Tony should have waited until he's a little further away. There he goes into another suit.
No, I mean, hey, you
think his suits are all just waiting for him, all thinking in the back of their head? Okay, at some point
I would never get out of one of those suits. It could just
until they cut it in half, and then he has to get out and get into another one. And I'm sorry, one of those suits got to be hot. I'm like, I know the axes are hot, but I'm like, just being Tony Stark, that thing got to be hot.
What? What's got to be hot?
Being in that suit.
Oh yeah, it's got to have like a.
And you're doing your stuff. I hope so. I hope it has some air conditioning.
It's got to have an air circulation.
Pretty sure it does.
Because it's got to have, oxygen.
Yeah. Remember when he was like, "How do you pee in it?" Just like that.
That's true.
and why is this thing melting?
Wait, this is like Terminator. Doesn't Pepper like walk in?
Yeah.
She's like the T-1000 right now.
Yeah, like she comes out of the T-1000.
Dun, 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 dun.
She's not dead.
Dun, 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 dun.
She's extremist.
Okay, you know why I didn't? Oh wait, this isn't her. Never mind. This is still.
Oh no, this is.
Go ahead. You're gonna talk about
No, the Terminator teaser did not use that theme once. Speak about recognizable themes that get you excited. How do you not put that in a new Terminator movie?
What, you didn't like that Berserk theme?
No.
No, I think in the regular teaser you'll probably get it. You'll probably get the Terminator thing. This is just a teaser. It's the regular trailer. I think you'll get it.
Even for the McG film, they went back and used some of the old tones and the old stuff from the Terminator films.
The thing is, I think they will. They just didn't do it in the teaser.
Yeah.
Because they want to make it new.
Chuck,
I'm just assuming James Cameron
use your goop training. Are you mad at me? Well, okay, that's definitely the most badass thing Pepper Potts has ever done.
With the superhero landing.
With
the hair.
You notice Arya did a superhero landing after she stabbed the Night King?
Oh, yeah.
Superhero landing. Whoa.
This is tough because...
She just straight up murders this dude.
She just murked him. Like, the crazy thing is, you want your hero to have that defining moment in the third act in the resolution where he kills the villain, right?
Yeah.
Tony Stark doesn't get that.
I mean, oh, okay. At least she's having a moment about how violent that was. I was like, you should never kill anybody.
But still, Tony Stark didn't get that. I can understand why people were mad about this. Tony Stark needed to be the one to kill what's-his-face. Not her. Not Pepper.
So she can have emotion. She didn't want to keep being the damsel in distress, you know. She
that's fine.
Let the woman
I agree.
ass. It's fine.
You saw it. She did the work for it.
Up until this point, how many women had kicked ass in the MCU besides Black Widow? Any?
At the time, I guess not. Yeah.
You had to let somebody else.
It just felt forced. I understand why
maybe
it feels
Lady
forced.
Sif and Thor. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess Lady Sif.
But she wasn't like that major of a character.
I mean, in Thor she was.
At least in the first one.
I mean, she wasn't. She's not Black Widow, but yeah.
Jamie Alexander.
In the first and the second one. She's in the second one, but she's not as main the character. But yeah,
and then
in the first one bigger.
They all get killed off real quick,
well, she didn't show back up because she signed on for a TV show, and she never came back.
Blind Spot.
Blind Spot. That's right. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Uh-huh.
This is like at the end of Batman when he's like talking to Morgan Freeman. He's like, "Put your name in the machine," and she blows everything up.
Yeah. See, this is silly.
But see, this would have been
$32 billion. You're just gonna blow up so you can give your girl a hug. Who you know, Sam? If you just cured her, she'd be happy.
Whose fault is it?
Oh, it's its own damn. It's own damn fault.
I'm sure he saved all his work. It's all his design files. I'm sure he just hit a button and like Jarvis 3D prints a suit in like 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's all saved.
Yeah.
Jarvis must live in the cloud somewhere, right? I mean, it's all cloud based. It's all cloud. His home.
Yeah, that's why I want to know what service does he use.
Yeah.
What service does Tony Stark use?
Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud.
This is a Christmas movie, y'all.
Yeah. Christmas movie.
You know something? Oh,
wait. So is the kid done in the movie now? You don't see the kid again. Meanwhile, he's like back in Tennessee, like home aloneing his barn, so like nobody breaks in.
Yeah. Does that kid have parents?
See, he's
Hydra.
He
wasn't Hydra.
He was Extremis because
he was
showed his daughter missing
his kid had a missing limb, so he was like working with the bad guys. And he just got
everything he wanted.
Trevor, he got his fame. He's like happy.
Guess what? That ain't the Mandarin. Yeah. And this is like cures.
Oh, okay. So they just explained that off screen, like he got Pepper sorted out with some tinkering, so all the extremis is gone from her body.
Right. And then this is when he cures himself too.
Now, how come he didn't get the surgery before?
Because he just figured it out.
He had to figure out how they could take the shrapnel out?
Yeah.
He just figured out, let's put a magnet above
the
table to suck the metal out, like just happened right there above the operating table.
He said, I guess I gotta figure it out. You can figure this out at the end of one or something.
Right?
At least 2.
Is he gonna watch Downton Abbey like Happy was? Or Happy was watching like Downton Abbey?
Dang, I mean, all this happening. He's just waking up. You couldn't fix him? You killed extremists.
He's gotta watch his Downton Abbey. Which the trailer for the theatrical movie they're doing just got released the other day too.
Downton Abbey doesn't have a movie?
Why is he? Yeah, I was just checking out that nurse.
He was looking for her name badge.
Yeah. He was looking for where his name badge should be at.
Here's the kid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, how come we never see this kid's parents?
Yeah. And I don't know his parents aren't going to be like, yo, what's up with this
lab? Is that Eleanor in the back?
Now, who delivered all this stuff if Happy's in... there's normally Happy's the one who has to do all the shipping for Stark Industries, and like we see in Homecoming.
Mark II.
New Dora watch.
Was there a Dora watch on there?
Yeah. Oh,
awesome.
Wait. We need to freeze frame Endgame and see if he's wearing the Dora watch at the funeral.
Oh,
dude, how perfect would that have been, right?
Yeah. Guess we'll have to do that when we actually get around to that.
That'd be amazing.
2020.
So here is Tony. He's about to get rid of his second heart, as in our two-hearted ale. This is his second heart. He doesn't need it anymore.
I mean, I believe this is like 4th or 5th heart, but yeah, we'll see
that's
second
true.
heart.
Well, there's also the one that's
second heart symbolically from real heart.
Doesn't he still have the one that's in the paperweight? That is then the proof that Tony Stark.
Well, he still has that. That's the very first heart.
Where is that now? If his home just got destroyed?
Right here.
Oh, it's buried, and of course, Pepper Potts she put it in some vibranium shield. I guess it didn't get crushed.
What's the movie where he has to pull it out and use it? Oh, that's in the. Is that in the one?
The first one, the very first one, yeah.
But then that ends up being on at his funeral at the end too.
Yeah.
That's left of Jarvis.
Yeah, the heart's not there, is it? There's another plot hole in Endgame. Where'd she get that heart from?
They almost were gonna. Oh, they had him say, "I am Iron Man" to kind of bookend the trilogy, which is cool. They almost had him say, originally we were going to have him say, "I am Tony Stark," which would kind of contrast with the end of the first movie.
Really?
They decided to just bring it full circle with
cool.
I am Iron Man. And of course, the I am Iron Man comes up in a big way in Endgame. I am inevitable. I am Iron Man. Which, of course, you guys know they came up with that during reshoots. It was like one of the editors came up with that idea.
Oh, really?
That line.
Oh,
really?
They were originally he wasn't going to say anything in that moment. Tony was just going to fire at Thanos. And I think one of the editors came up with that, and they were like, "We have to do that." So when they did their normal scheduled reshoots, they shot Robert Downey Jr. saying that.
Oh wow,
which is great. Yeah, fun. These are fun kind of credits. They're almost like kind of 60s kind of.
Oh yeah, like retro. They're like I would say they're more like 80s TV show.
Oh yeah, I guess that too.
Yeah.
No, listen to the music. It's very 60s.
Yeah.
The music is 60s feeling right now.
This feels like very like
Batman or something.
Like I want to see a pow.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like the Adam West Batman, like pow.
Okay. Okay.
Brian Tyler.
Well, I might have lost a second there.
So, we're going to get a post-credits scene at the end of this one.
I love this one.
Now, this is actually the first one in the MCU that doesn't hint at the events of a future movie.
Which makes sense.
You know, this is just kind of like a joke post-credit scene with Bruce. He's like telling the story to Bruce, and Bruce is sleeping. And they were originally going to show Tony blasting off into space to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy, which was coming up a year after this.
But then they said, that make no damn sense, right?
Well, no, Iron Man was going to have a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy, but because in the comics he's like one of their latest members or something. Tony Stark is a member of the Guardians, but Robert Downey Jr. said he might not reprise his role as Tony Stark. He was a little unsure at this point. I don't know what it was in his contract, so they scrapped that and then added the idea of him telling Bruce the...
Well, they should have scrapped that because that makes no sense unless you set it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they want to help set up Guardians. Because if you think about it, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are like not... Are those even established at all, before you actually see that movie? I don't think so.
What, setting up Marvel?
It's not really teased at all.
Oh, no. They just started off and...
Hope for the best, and it worked out.
Yeah. But then at the end of it, the only tease you got was at the end of a Dark World, where they go see the Collector, where a Sith. Right.
I guess you're right. Which was the next MCU movie.
But the thing is, that wasn't saying this is Guardians of the Galaxy. That was them going to see the Collector, and then Collector's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I guess it introduced a little bit of that world. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only kind of like little hint.
You go to that's right. Bill Maher was in this. Joan Rivers, I think she died the year or two after this. So.
No. When they were doing at the beginning, when they were doing all the news clips and stuff.
Right. Yeah. But so it's supposed to have been one of her last appearances in a movie.
Really?
I think.
Oh. Well, Sleepy Mandarin Girl. Gwyneth Barker.
They filmed this was one of those Hollywood movies which they started doing the last couple of years where they filmed some specific scenes with famous Chinese actors and actresses. To have scenes that were specifically in the Chinese release. They did that with some of the Transformers movies as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought Transformers was the first.
So. Yeah.
Transformers is not the first.
Before. It was some of the first. This was before the Transformers sequels that did some of that stuff, I think. So.
And I used to do that plenty of times. Like, I can't remember her name, but it was in X-Men 2, the girl who played...
But she was Americanized.
Kelly
Hu? She was Americanized, though. I thought.
We knew of her.
I don't think she's a Chinese actress.
Well, okay, what?
Keep going, Chris. Keep going. We're listening.
That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say.
Kelly Hu's American, by the way.
Yeah.
Who else I think? I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Days of Future Past. Bing Bing.
Yes.
Who played Blink?
Bing Blink.
Bing,
we should stop talking right now.
We have to delete all this.
Bing.
Ling, where you forgot your bling bling?
Bing.
I don't remember.
I met her at variety poker
Wait,
tournament.
was she the actress who just got in trouble for like taxes and the Chinese government?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
you didn't hear about this? Okay.
No, I didn't get that alert on my iPhone.
So guys, actually, with Mark Ruffalo popping up as Bruce Banner in the post-credit scene, even though it's just a little post-credit scene, this is actually the first time the same actor has played the Hulk character, Bruce Banner character, twice
in a movie.
This because the original, like Bill Bixby, you know.
Well, I will say this.
Was one.
I will say this.
Eric
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Made special appearances in both.
He did.
Eric Bana's.
Okay.
And
right.
Eric Bana and Ed Norton's Hulk.
Right.
So hey.
Not as that character though. Yeah. Except some vocal stuff. Not counting vocal stuff, but yeah, Eric Bana was a one-off. Ed Norton was a one-off. So Mark Ruffalo debuted as that character in the Avengers, which is the one right before this, and then pop up again. So, you know, still counts. It counts.
Jeez, this credit scene is so long.
Wow, that's like any of these big.
This
is actually the first.
You actually count.
No.
Well, this was the first Iron Man movie where ILM didn't do any visual effects on it. There's a lot of other. I think.
As we talked about before, they raised the budget.
They did.
Yeah.
And this is where they hired this whole group of people that you see on the screen right now.
Yep. Crazy. It takes a lot of people.
It's a
to
digital
make a movie,
domain.
man. It really does. It's a lot.
Especially a movie like this, like that scene with the when he's falling out of the when the mansion's getting blown up. If you look, I mean, I was looking at that scene and really checking out how many different cuts and different. The thing is, every single shot had to be like set up. Even if it was 1 second, 2 seconds, because every movement he wasn't really sliding to his death. It's not like they could sit there and sew a bunch of cameras in and show him sliding.
No, you need to.
No, it was every shot was just like every shot was set up and shot.
Oh, you have to plan on that. You have to do pre-visualization too, where you like do a rough computer animated.
Yes.
What do you think? That's what 3 days per shot, maybe. Well,
I'd say 3 days per shot, but it was probably a couple like 1 or 2 shots a day.
Well, I mean, you have to if you count like
plus rendering time.
Well,
plus,
no,
if everything.
You count rehearsing, count like all that
design,
stuff. But
you have to build, you have to render, you have to.
I mean, something like that. That whole scene could have took a few weeks to shoot.
Yeah.
So.
And that was only what? That was only
a couple weeks to shoot.
2 minutes. Not even that. That was only 2 minutes of the movie that took a few weeks.
And when you watch it, and this is like a second shot here, and then you cut to this angle, he's sliding down, they cut to this angle. It's like those shots were all shot separately. There's no way it was a multi-camera, and there's multi-camera shooting one shot from sliding down. No, each of those shots were shot separately. Yeah. It was a very long scene to shoot.
Yeah, I like this movie. After watching it, I remember liking it a lot when I first saw it, just because I remember like they took some bold steps that like changed the character's world and pushed the character forward, like destroying his house. I remember was a huge thing. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that. And him just getting rid of the chest arc reactor at the end. I remember when I first saw this, I was like, whoa, that's like they were like big things that changed him as a character in this movie. Yeah. And obviously he went through a lot of emotional, like psychological stuff in this too, and just teaming him up with a kid, like for a lot of the movie, just felt really fresh to me. I don't know. I just liked a lot of stuff about
it's
this
funny,
movie.
And he also after this movie, he posted something. He made a post on Instagram where he kind of showed his chest plate. It was kind of like cut in 4 parts, and showed his chest plate in 3 parts, and the other part in the Instagram post he said, "Oh, so I guess the next one will just be like a shot of my chest."
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and so people were like, "Is that Iron Man 4? Is that Iron Man 4?" That's what everyone's thinking.
Wait, what's he saying now?
This is when he's explaining to Bruce Banner.
Oh, yeah. Talking to Bruce.
Well, it's like, where's Bruce in this? He could have helped out.
He's all
right?
asleep.
So good.
Glasses fall.
Could you see Ed Norton pulling this off? No, like this comedy.
I mean, I could see him doing it. It was just a different way, completely different way.
But you know who I can really see pulling it off? Billy Crudup. New York.
That's the beginning of the movie.
He looks so mad.
Not that kind of doctor.
I love that. So this whole movie was just him sitting on the couch telling us.
I'm 14 years old. I still haven't made it.
Wow.
No, it's just there's not a lot of I'd compare that to what was the last Captain Marvel scene is the cat coughing up the Tesseract.
Yeah.
That's almost kind of a comedic one, but
oh yeah,
it's true. It's like nothing. I mean, it says Tony Stark will return, but other than that, they don't tease, and it's just a purely kind of comedic end credit scene, which is nice, which is fun. I like the you guys notice at the end of the Endgame credits, there's no scene, but did you guys see through the credits and hear the audio Easter egg?
Yeah,
that's over the Marvel?
with him banging.
It's him. It's the actual sound. They took it from the actual first movie of him hammering the very first Iron Man suit. Which I thought was really cool.
Which is like, oh, it's cool. Like
that's the only thing at the end of Endgame.
Homage,
so,
but yeah.
But you know what's weird? It's like Marvel saying that Spider-Man: Far From Home is actually the end of the phase. Phase 3.
That's what's the end of phase 3.
Now seeing the full Spider-Man trailer after seeing Endgame and how it's about,
how it's still like totally Iron Man heavy
and stuff like that. It is. Yeah. So looking forward to that for sure.
It means I have to watch the trailer.
You have not watched the trailer?
No, you shouldn't at this point. The movie comes out in like a month and a half. Don't even bother.
I want to see it.
Less than a month and a half.
I guess so.
Anyways, but yeah.
All right then.
That was fun. That was fun to revisit this. We've officially kicked off Phase 2 of the MCU on Cape Seat Free.
Kicked off Phase 2 of Cape Seat Free itself.
Guys, I gotta say, this is new Cape Seat Free, and I think it's tasting pretty good. Unlike New Coke, we're tasting good so far, guys. So,
hey, I like the.
Let's keep it flowing.
Let's
keep it flowing.
I like Cape Seat Free, yes. and all our iterations, yes, Cape Seat Free. It's fun, and I'm actually like looking forward to like some of the future iterations of Cape Seat Free.
Yeah, we'll get some guests on here, guys. Yeah. We'll have some exciting. We'll have some exciting things coming up in the future.
I can't wait to launch Cape Seat Free television.
Oh, was that supposed to be out there yet, huh? The world's supposed to know about it yet? Hey, hope everyone out there sign their NDA.
Right? All right, Capers. Peace out.
Good fun.
All right, until next time.